Good evening and welcome, Speed Gaming. We have one of the first matches for this year's Rookie Rumble 3 for you here tonight between Hyo24 and Vixryder. Joining me on comms is Ultra Lavos, and we have Custom doing our tracking in the background. How are you doing today, Ultra Lavos?
I'm doing pretty good, ready to watch some Rookie Rumble. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just hoping that we get a kindish seed. Not too easy, not too hard.
Yeah, for the first one, nothing too crazy.
I mean, who wants to start the tournament off with a 4 hour long seed? I think that would be kind of evil. I want to say Hyo actually had in one of our last tournaments, because he's only been in one. I think he had like this 2.5, almost 3 hour long seed.
It looks like they're off, and was that a wand under the Armos?
I'm gonna assume so. Custom in the background is gonna go ahead and light that up for us, and yeah, Vixryder has that and Hyo both on their B button. This is I was about to say this is going to be fun until we walked up the stairs and got a face full of Wizrobe beams, so woohoo! But alright guys, we should hopefully have the crop here on Vixryder's side fixed in a moment. We have a 90 rupee arrow shop, a wand under the Yarmos, and Wizrobes on the overworld.
And Lionel's shooting beams.
Well, here, on the plus side, though, once we can actually get a few more hearts and live... Oh, that jerk-faced spider knocks Hyo back, so he did not actually get his first bomb there. Oh. 26 rupee medium secret. Game, what are you doing? We got a level? No, just an arrow shop.
And a little expensive arrows there.
Well, hopefully our small and large secrets make up for it. Hyo's gonna go ahead, find to take any. He's gonna pick up a heart. I like this idea because we do know that somewhere out there is the Woodsword Cave, and it will have a free candle in it. So picking up that heart is just added added defense, because it's gonna be able to give you the ability to take 2 Wizrobe beams, or well, 2 Lionel beams. 1 Wizrobe beam is probably still gonna knock you out.
And it does put you that one step closer to Mags.
Yeah, I mean, Mags in this is really, really nice because we know that it's going to be the minimum required hearts for magical swords. We're going to continue checking the top northeast corner. We haven't found the level yet. We're going to find some more money, though. Okay, 17 is not horrible for our small secret, and Vixryder's going to find the take any that Hyo already saw. He's also going to pick up that heart. Again, good idea. You have Lionels on the overworld, you have Wizrobes on the overworld. That's going to give you just a little bit added help with dealing with them. Hey, we found a level 4. Now here's the good news, bad news. Good news, we can get the key door open for free, though you have to remember that you're walking onto a screen with a bunch of Wizrobes and kind of act fast. And there we go. Hyo's gonna make it back onto the screen. That should have opened the door. He is going to check. Oh my gosh, the screen. He's gonna go ahead and check this cave. And it's gonna be someone telling us the magical sword's down near the start screen. Vanilla start screen.
What are we going to have in this level 4 enemy set wise?
Well, here's the good news. It won't be Wizrobes and it won't be Lionels. Though, with those 2 enemies on the overworld, we're going to have Dark Nets somewhere in the dungeons. But I mean, with the wand, these Moblins or Gurias aren't a problem. I always get their names mixed up a little bit here.
There might be a ladder block, though.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like Hyo's going to go ahead, save that progress, and probably assume that there is a ladder block for now. He did enter... Oh, jeez, Vix, be careful. They did enter the dungeon and then exit, re-enter. So if there was a door straight ahead, I would have imagined it would have opened. Hyo's going to go up the mountain. And it looks like Vixryder is coming to the same conclusion that they'd rather not deal with 4 right now. We're going to find... Coincidentally, vanilla level 5, and it's time to break out the vanilla ice cream emotes in chat if you got them. Hey, there's our Darknet friends. Oh, we missed them. I mean, we went a whole nearly 5 minutes without seeing them. We're gonna get the helpful hint that Aquamentus awaits over at the grave.
That may be a good place to start heading instead of dealing with these dark nuts.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Oh, Dig Dogger is in the Lost Hills. Really? You don't say. I mean, we happen to be there right now, game. See, the problem here... Oh, poor Vix is going to take a death to those blue darknets. The problem with level 1 is that with the darknets and dungeons, you don't know what that enemy set's going to be right now. We're going to take an unfortunate death to the Lionel shooting squad at the waterfall and probably head right back there because it's pretty close to where we spawned. Nope, we're going the other way. Alright, Vix is gonna again try to get around these blue darknets. He's also going to get the hint about Aquamentus being at the grave. So one, if it's not full of darknets, is amazing. Hyo's going to pick up wood arrows, but if it ends up with the same enemy set that you're leaving behind here in 5, then that's when 1 turns into a slight problem.
Well, it's a lot of times. There's always that key issue in level 1.
Exactly. It likes to eat every single key it can get its hands on. Alright, Vix is going to make it up the stair, and we're going to see what's in the vanilla White Sword Cave. It's going to be in any road. Alright, we got Death Mountain access. This is not bad.
So far, so good.
I mean, you gotta make it through the shooting squad, but this takes you halfway across the map, and that is definitely pretty handy with this type of an overworld. Well, one of the raft spots is out. So, I mean, the any roads just kind of went down to, oh, alright. I'm gonna give these a C. We have fairly easy access to our start screen, kind of. You gotta get through the shooting gallery, but this does get us all the way over into Death Mountain. Hyo is gonna find another take any, pick up a heart.
It does take you to Death Mountain, but only from one spot, really, because you're never going to go back up to that waterfall.
Yeah, well, you might. Their start screen is actually the Armos next to the push block. So they're in the Lost Hills area. So as long as you can sneak through that corner, if you really need to get to the other side of the map, then that's a great way to do it. Vixryder is going to find level 2. See, so much about Z1R is incredibly situational, and it's based upon, you know, your overworld enemies. What's in the dungeon as far as the enemy set? What do you have at that point as far as weaponry? Oh. Well, we need a key for level 2, it looks like.
We're about to see our coast item.
Yay! Maybe it's a banana. Oh! That's not a banana.
Or something absolutely necessary.
Well, we already were pretty sure we're ladder blocked in 4. Now we're really going to be digging for that ladder. We know that it cannot be in 9, given the flag set. Hyo's going to do a good job heading around the coast. But yeah, we know it's not going to be in level 9, so we're going to be trying to dig as many of the smaller dungeons looking for that ladder as we possibly can. Oh, why?
That is a low big C.
So good dodge from Vixryder to not take that Wizro beam to the face. That is a 68 rupee large secret. That is just painful. And Vix, I did that earlier today. You think you have the wand on the B button, and instead you end up trying to bomb something. We got a 26 medium. It was 17 for the small and a 68 rupee large.
And
of
in
course,
a seed where you're really wanting to see those hints and hoping that they'll tell you where to go for that ladder.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even if you end up with, like, hints about everything you've already seen, then, and one hint that gives you the ladder, that's great. Oh, 250 rupee blue ring as well. Poor Hyo. Hey, look, we found level 1 up at the grave. It's very pink. Hyo's gonna take an unfortunate death to those whiz robes and go back to start. And here's that Armo statue. That anytime I spawn on that screen, that's something that happens to me all the time. Oh gosh, Hyo, look out. You go to move and you spawn in between the two statues and you end up just kind of clocking into that one whether you want to or not.
And there's an early Triforce in one, but I think Vix is going to keep digging here.
Oh, he might not have the choice. Hyo's going to go ahead and find level 7. It's a beautiful teal color. We can't get through that key door, but it looks like maybe have one more direction to go. Free Triforce for Hyo in 7.
That's exactly what you want to see in level 7 90% of the time.
And you're just crossing your fingers that the ladder or the bow are not in there. You're just going, please don't make me come back here. Good dodge for Hyo. So one of the things you can kind of do when you're walking into a Wizrobe shooting squad is don't aim directly for where you want to go. Because the Wizrobes generally spawn according to where you're entering the screen from. So either start a little bit higher or a little bit lower, because that way you have a moment to kind of dodge out of the way. Vixryder is going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce out of level 1. He's probably going to leave. I think we're key blocked. All right, did anybody happen to see where was 7? Hey, look at this. We've got level 6 on Vixryder's screen. Now, again, this is not a level you want to find right away. But if the enemy set isn't terrible, then you're going to go ahead and dig shape 6. Now, we're over in the grave area, so I'm trying to think if this is the Armos. There's level 1 for Hyo as well. If this is the Grave Armos, or is this the bomb wall on the way to Vanilla 6?
Yeah, I did not get to catch that.
It's okay. I do want to make sure we throw a big thank you to Custom for doing our tracking tonight. It is always helpful to have another pair of eyes, keeping a lookout for the items that I completely miss anytime we go into a dungeon. Alright, there is most likely the floor heart. Ooh, we got a map. Alright, welcome to Commentary Ultra Lavos. What does this look like?
I mean, it kind of looks like a hanging tree. Definitely not a cactus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not the one that has problems with cactus. I just want you to be very specific about what kind of cactus. Is it a saguaro? Is it, you know, like one of those big green ones?
It almost looks like a piranha plant from Mario.
Oh, there we go. All right, we've got we've got the comments in chat that it's a Space Invader carrying a picnic basket. And the Space Invaders game that you are about to lose, as Hyo is going to come to the same conclusion that we are key blocked in 1, pick up the Triforce, and probably be on his way. We also have a bonsai tree. All of these are perfectly acceptable, because you know what the best part about the Name That Shape game? There really isn't a wrong answer.
And I think we just got a clue about 2 being in Death Mountain.
Yeah, 2 is up in Death Mountain. It's 2 screens to the left of the Any Road. Vix found it, but I don't remember why we left. Actually, I think it was more keys. Again, guys, you know what? It's completely open to interpretation. We're gonna accidentally bomb some more bats, and again, this is something I do so often. It drives me crazy. As long as it is family friendly and PG-13, I am never gonna tell you that a shape you think looks like a cactus is not in fact a cactus. Alright, welcome and GG's to Late Bit. I think they were just finishing up their race, and thank you very much for the raid. Dude, this enemy set in 6, other than a couple of rooms, this has been pretty kind. We've got a bunch of bats. And a banana, which Vixryder's just... Oh, no, they are going to pick it up. All right. I'm okay with this 15 minutes into the game because that banana is really useful for picking things up that drop on the other side of a room. A clock, a heart, bombs. You can stun Lionels with it. So, you know, this is acceptable. Oh, well, I wonder if we can, we're gonna have to go the other way. Meanwhile, Hyo is back to exploring the overworld. We are still missing levels, I believe, 3, 8, and 9?
I believe that is correct.
So I still missed wherever in the world the Hyo found 7. There is the Triforce pickup for Vix. Turns out this is actually the transition screen.
We found the wood sword cave, but that's not useful anymore.
Well, I mean, it got Hyo a candle. Unless Hyo bought one. Oh, hey! The seed did something nice and gave us 10 rupee bombs. Big thank you to Mr. Dunlow for saying he thinks it was one of the burned bushes near the coast. And customer tracker telling us that Hyo took his candle from the second take any cave he found. Okay. Alright, Vix is also going to do the wise thing and use some of the very precious money that he has to go ahead and buy those wood arrows. Now, we know that silvers are on the coast. I don't think Vix does as of yet, but you never know where your silver arrows are going to be and when you're going to be gomo blocked from something important. To answer your question in chat, so we don't have Heart Shuffle on, so the only other item that Vix could have pulled out of level 6 would have been the floor heart.
As Hyo takes an unfortunate death there at the southwest corner of the world.
Yeah, he just, and it wasn't the screen itself, there were so many Wizard screens leading up to that it was too much to deal with. Oh my gosh! Hyo, trying to thin this screen down, it's actually a really good idea. He hasn't been in these caves yet. He may know that the one above the waterfall is any road, but if you plan on going this direction a couple of different times, go ahead, thin down some of the screen, because at least that gives you a chance to make it through the rest of the game. Oh! There's level 8! Which makes me wonder, did Vix see this on his side?
I think he went up the waterfall first before going in it.
Okay, well, let's just hope that he didn't mark that area as done on his tracker. So Hyo's gonna go ahead and find level 8. There are 2 staircase items in here. And we got another map! Let's see, what do we think this looks like? I kind of think it looks like the Alien from, like, the really old 1990s Alien movie, whose jaw just kind of, like, dislocates and hangs down. Really good use of the wand here to work down some of... Oh, get out of the room! To work down the blue dark nuts on Hyo's side, but I would seriously think about saving the room with some of them dead, since you are really close to the start screen. Oh my gosh, good job, Hyo. Alright, so we have somebody saying, okay, we got Atari ET, a nodding Mario, or a Venus flytrap. Hyo is going to do the sideways screen scroll into the river to be able to go ahead and kill this blue darknet. That is really nicely done, Hyo. Meanwhile, Vixryder has taken his keys. He's gone back into level 1, because again, there are 2 items in here. And actually, he found one. There was a red ring on the floor of level 1. Now, if ever, here comes the staircase item. If there is ever anything else that you would want to find in level 1, that red ring for free is definitely one of those things. And we get a red candle. Now with the wand, it's a little bit outclassed at the moment. Chad is saying level 8 is Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Alright, good job, Chad. Aim high. Alright, Vixryder with the 2 items out of level 1 is gonna go back to exploring. He has 3 keys. He's got a ton of hearts now that he's got that red ring and the wand for added offense. So this could actually go a lot better than the first time we were in here. Hyo is also about to find level 2.
And Hyo does not have any keys either.
Yeah, he doesn't. He hadn't found this yet, so he didn't have the knowledge that he was going to be key blocked pretty much immediately from the time he walked in. He does, however, have 111 rupees, so if he finds a nearby key shop, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and buy a key if you can. Especially since he's also in the area of level 1. We're going to get the map of level 2, and I'm going to say this is either Baby Mal crawling across the floor or a puppy dog. Hyo setting up the screen scroll, does a good job of it. This one, oh my gosh, I forgot about the whiz robes. Run! No! Oh, poor Hyo. This overworld is brutal.
Yeah, that's definitely not a screen you want to see when you screen scroll. You can't even go back to escape it.
You just have to keep going forward. And one of the only ones I think is actually worse is Death Armos. If you're trying to screen scroll down to Death Armos and you find the firing squad, you're just going, oh, I'm not getting out of this now. Meanwhile, Vixryder's continuing to work through level 2. I don't think we've seen the item in here yet, but that red ring is going to give him the ability to hang into these rooms with the traps that immediately squish you the moment you walk in the door.
Now, what do we think the item in 2 is going to be?
The ladder! Good timing, by the way. For anybody who missed it, there was a ladder that just popped up. The moment you asked that, a ladder just popped up underneath Vixryder. Now, if I'm Vix, we don't necessarily need the, we don't really need the heart, so I would probably grab the Triforce and leave. We might want it, though, because the more hearts you have, the more ability you have to stay alive, and it gives you, a chance to pick up the magical sword, which is only going to be 10 hearts today. Hints on Hyo's side. Level 5 has a raft. Well, we already knew that Hyo didn't. We know about the boomerang now, and it looks like Hyo's not going to go ahead and pick up that third hint. There's our recorder at the vanilla Woodsword screen. Okay. Triforce for Vix. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that recorder will let him go back to 7 if he decides to dig that.
Very true, because he's already got the Triforce for it. It also will take him back to level 1. And speaking of the magical sword, there it is behind the bomb wall. Vixryder's going to go ahead and pick up his ladder block Triforce out of level 2. And he is going to go back into, or enter, level 8 for the first time. Not entirely sure which, but it is going to let him progress because we were ladder blocked in here. Alright, chat, anybody know what the song is? I am terrible at the Name That Tune game, unless it's something like The Simpsons, or the Axel Foley theme, or Jurassic Park. See, we have two differing bringing him 3 different opinions here in chat. Makes me feel better. We've got let's see, Battletoads, Super Mario RPG, or Pokemon. I think they're saying also Final Fantasy. Alright, Vix is still trying to find a path here in level 8. We're looking for, there we go, we got a bomb wall. If we're Hyo, we kind of need him to run out of progress a little bit so that he will take, hopefully, a key, if he can buy one, and go back into level 1, get the red ring, which will lower the amount of overworld deaths he's unfortunately been taking. But again, this is a brutal overworld. This is, you don't want to see this. Hey, more hints. There we go. All right, if I'm Hyo, I'm buying a key and I'm going back to level 1. Yes, save the money, buy a key. Yeah, and he can whistle right there. So this is really good. But again, the problem here is you need to be able to buy a key. So I'm wondering if we saw a key shop anywhere in this this vicinity. Vixryder is continuing to work their way here through 8. 93 rupees. We're near the guineas. We can go farm the ghosts. Good bombing from Vix to kind of soften up the orange dark notes. So when you're in a race, Ultra Lavos, do you like to see the red ring hint, or do you not like to see the red ring hint?
If it's an overworld like this, or there's some nasty dungeons, I want that ring as soon as possible.
Especially with how low money has been. Like, we got near minimums on a lot of different things. I think the small was the only thing that rolled up. Actually, no, it didn't, did it?
Yeah, I think the small was 18 or 17, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than the 26 medium.
And I think Hyo may be guinea farming here for a key.
He is. He is most definitely. He walked into the key shop, saw that it was in the 90s, and he was like, okay, I'm near the guinea farm. There's spiders on the way to here, so he's got enough for the key now. I maybe would have thought about picking up an extra rupee, but that's okay. And chat is saying that they may have seen a blue banana somewhere in this 8. Alright, there is the key purchase for Hyo. Now, it would take a little bit of extra time, but I would almost think about saving with the key. Oh, to answer a comment in chat, so we don't actually have Heart Shuffle on, so there won't be floor items in any levels outside of level 1 and 2. No, I mean, look at the keys that this 8 has been giving to Vixryder. This is really, really good for him. We're gonna get some bombs. Hyo's like, I know it's in here. Where is it? There's the key that we're going to need to get into level 2 and a couple of other places.
Now, I could have left that key on the floor and tried to Kanana key that.
Very true. It would have been a good heads-up play. Here comes the map. There is the map. Now I'm trying to remember where we first saw Vix turn red. Was This room? There it is. We're good. I was like, yes, I have it. Now this is when you start breathing a sigh of relief. You're like, all right, I can hang into this seat now. You're not gonna walk onto a screen unless you have 1 heart of health and die to a Wizard beam or a Lionel beam. An answer comment in chat. It takes a while to get that programmed into your brain, the impulse to actually command a key, as opposed to, oh, look, I can just grab that key and open the door. There are so many things, different mechanics in this game, that it really just does take a long time to get them all to be automatic instead of something you have to actually think about. And for some people like me, it still doesn't kick in. Alright, Hyo's gonna save. He's gonna up a save, whistle back to level 1, and I think we're gonna see him go do the rest of Death Mountain since he has bombs. This will find him level 6, which we know he'll be able to get the Triforce out of. And there are a couple of rooms with just free keys sitting around. Thanks, game! We just left, well, I mean, Hyo knows it's there, but we didn't just leave there. Alright, meanwhile, Vixryder is continuing on here in a... We're still looking for either of the items, and more importantly, kind of, the Triforce. Triforces are good. I don't think we'd say no to a heart, either, at this point.
And there still is that bow outstanding.
Yeah, that's why you spend so much time digging 8. Yes, it's large, it's full of dark nuts, but there are 2 potential items that could be of use in here. Alright, Vix is doing a good job using the bow, not the bow, the wand. I can words. I'm a little out of practice. He's using the wand against these dark nuts because the tip of the wand is doing white sword damage as opposed to the single point of damage he would be able to do with that wood sword. Okay. Now I'm wondering if we are potentially ladder blocked here in 6. But here's the good news. We did pick up a key. Hyo knows that level 2 is up here on Death Mountain. He just got reminded about it. So maybe after we go clear the rest of this, we head back to level 2. And this is a terrible room to get stuck into for Vixryder. He's doing a great job of using the bombs and the wand just to try to thin down some of these blue dark nuts who maybe remember they're in the health dropping group. But unfortunately, he's going to get swarmed and take a death. But it's okay. Again, you know, he's just kind of digging away at 8, but I think he's kind of decided, all right, I'm going to go do something else and come back in a bit. He also is out of bombs, so he's going to farm the Lionels. For bombs, we're going to find level 3 on Hyo's screen. This is in East Death Mountain. Oh! Well, level 8 has the bow.
And Hyo has seen level 8, right?
Yes. Yeah, Hyo saw it under the waterfall, but we didn't have the red ring, we didn't have the ladder, because I think 8 was immediately ladder blocked. But yeah, so level 3 should be okay. We're gonna get a heart. We got another heart on Vixryder's side. The added health is really gonna help our runners kind of just hang into those blue dark nut shutter doors. And yeah, I kind of agree with Mr. Dunlow. That information definitely gives Hyo a little bit of a leg up. He is behind in the Triforce count, but he's slightly ahead in the information. Because I'm actually wondering if Vix has even made it to the coast yet. I don't think he actually knows that the silvers are what's hanging out off the side of the world. I mean, he's gonna be thrilled to see them and be like, hey, there's part 1 of the puzzle. Alright, this is the staircase in 3, unless we are fully segmented, and there's always a chance that we are. Hyo's trying to set up the block clip. The Darknets are like, nah, we want to give you a hug first. Hey, there is the compass for Hyo. And here comes the information that the silvers are on the coast for Vixryder. Woohoo! Oh, it's a segmented 3. Okay. Triforce is on the other side of the segment, but we're gonna go ahead and continue clearing some of these other rooms, especially since they're just full of bats. Oh, they didn't give us a key. Hyo's gonna go ahead, use the key to head north. He did make a good call because it gets him at least 2 more rooms to look at. I would actually finish clearing that one, even though it's a pain, just to see if it drops me a key. Because I mean, all of our enemies are vanilla HP, so that wand will not unfortunately kill the Vyres, but it will eventually take them down. We're gonna get the Coast Heart is in 3. And Vixryder is in the area we think that level 7 happens to be in. Other bush. There you go. Well, alright. I hate when I miss. Oh, please do. There you go. Alright, so that's a key store. Oh, is it the evil Wizrobe screen? No, not the evil Wizrobe screen. Alright, Hyo is headed back in the direction of the Triforce. Now again, any really, really easy rooms clear it for keys. Alright, Vixryder's gonna get that incredibly free Triforce out of level 7, and we're gonna see the map of this really, really awesome segmented shapes 3. Let me see, what do we think this looks like? It almost reminds me of, like one of those beer steins where the top flips up. Or like a coffee mug with one of those, like you just push the button and do things. Now Vixryder, as opposed to Hyo, he doesn't have the hint about the bow, so he's going to go ahead and dig 7. We have, it's a plane landing on Avengers Tower. Alright, I like this. This is good. A giraffe looking away from a cloud. Also wonderful. We're gonna get a hint about Gleeok returning along the river. Now, you know the one thing I don't think we've actually found? Level 9. And guys, Ultra Labos is gonna rejoin us here in just a minute or 2. They're having a few connectivity issues, so curse your local internet provider. Well, not curse them, but yeah. I think one of the best things that could maybe come out of this 7 dig for Vixryder is going to be a power bracelet that is required or an any key. Hyo's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce out of level 3. He's already seen the staircase heart. Now, unfortunately for Hyo, he doesn't have any keys right now. And we know that he's going to have to go back into level 2. So he's going to up A and continue. And it looks like he's headed back in the direction of level 4. But remembers that there is a giant group of Wizrobes at the top of those stairs. Here comes the map of 7. Oh, good. 7 is a bear. He's sitting there facing the left, so this is a side profile of a grizzly bear to me. It looks like I was going back into 5, actually. Alright, Vix is going to find a Goma, and then he is pretty close to Dig Dogger blocked in 7. Now, Hyo doesn't have the ladder yet, and I imagine that's what he's in 5 looking for. I don't remember... he got the hint about the raft. He does need the Triforce out of here as well, but I don't think he had explored enough to confirm that we might be ladder blocked. Yeah, we're not going that way. Thanks, game. We're aware, believe it or not. I know that you don't get outside much, dear old person, but you just gave us a hint about the dungeon we're in. I was gonna up a save. He's got 74 rupees. I'm trying to remember what the cheapest key we saw was. I think it's the 84 one that's somewhere over in this vicinity. Instead, we're gonna whistle somewhere. Vixryder has 172 rupees. He's got the Triforce out of level 7. And it looks like he's going to refill at the fairy fountain. Not a terrible plan, since we're on an overworld that could kill you as soon as look at you. Alright, I think Hyo is whistling. Is it 1? Are we going back to the grave? Seven? Alright, that was 7. Key store right here. Oh, good tracking, Hyo. This is the 87 rupee key. I knew we had just seen one, but I wasn't 100% certain. Though, unfortunately, that's our lowest priced key at the moment. Alright, Hyo's gonna go ahead and go back into level 7. Now, this isn't a bad plan. You're looking for resources. You're going, okay, game. Give me something, you know, give me a couple of different rooms with keys in it, or even just a rupee boss that we could farm. Vixryder's about to pick up his recorder out of the Vanilla Wood Sword Cave. And Hyo went ahead and pirouetted open that bomb wall, which is a good idea since he's only got 1 bomb remaining. We're gonna get a clock. Oh, did we see this? I think maybe we did on Vix's side. Yeah, this is the transport staircase. Now, best case scenario here for Hyo, again, is if somehow this item in 7 that we still haven't seen ends up being an any key or required power bracelet, or even just the money to be able to buy a key and go back into, I would hope, 2 would be really useful right now. Vix is going to get some bombs off of these blue Lionels. Hyo's going to use his last bomb to head to the right and get left land mode, but these are the chill guys. And we're still looking for level 9. Alright, Vixryder is about to get the news about the magical sword location. This is going to be something he's really interested in because he's only 2 hearts away from being able to pick it up. Assuming I can count. Hyo's going to farm the overworld a little bit, go ahead, pick up a key. The dig of 7 really didn't give us any free keys. And now I imagine we're whistling to 2, to 1 to go back into 2 maybe. Yeah, this is 1. This is a very good call on Hyo's side, as long as he takes a left. Yeah, we're going to level 2. Alright. Go to the smallest dungeon you have left. Level 2, he's got to get the Triforce anyway, and we were key blocked when we were in there before. Though we are, sadly, out of bombs. There is a 68 rupee secret for Vixryder. I would seriously think about just putting the whole thing into bombs. You've already bought arrows. You have a red ring. You've already got the silver arrows. You know, there's not much else you would need to buy. Yeah, you have 5 of them, but every key counts. I think Hyo just picked up the floor heart in 2. So I think the ladder room is possibly this one. And welcome back to Ultra Lavos. Oh no, this is the map. Okay.
Alright, hopefully things go better now.
There we go. This is going to be the compass here for Hyo. Hyo purchased a key and went back into the key block level 2, which is a very good idea. And hey, look, we found 9! It was hiding at the 100 vanilla secret in the Deadwoods.
I was starting to worry there for a minute it was going to be behind a raft spot.
I mean, there are people in the community who would be absolutely thrilled about that. I played a seed earlier today where the last remaining level was on a raft spot and you're just going, really? Alright, thanks game. And the any key was inside of it in a seed where you had no keys. Alright, Hyo is continuing to dig here in level 2. Now, I don't think that there is any way he leaves level 2 without the ladder. It might be this room. Yeah, there we go. We got the ladder. He's going to turn immediately back around, go get his Triforce, which, oddly enough, you need the ladder to get because it's in the middle of a Sheppy room. I'm trying to think of what Vixryder is still looking for. He has not found level 3. So he's still looking for level 3. We're going to get an extra key here on Hyo's side. Vix is going to refill on the 10 rupee bombs. And both of our runners are only 2 hearts away from being able to pick up that magical storm.
Now, did Hyo get his heart out of 2?
I think he did. I think it spawned on top of him. So I don't know if he realizes that he picked it up, but something spawned on top of him, and I thought it was, I thought it changed his heart count. But knowing that Heart Shuffle is off, then, you know, he may not prioritize it since he got the ladder and the Triforce. There is the candle cave for Vixryder. We don't care anymore. We've both got candles. And Hyo is going to take the ladder and go immediately back into level 4. Now, Vixryder still needs to find level 3. He's doing what makes perfect sense. He's checking all of the leftover checks in the area that he's got. He's working his way around the map. The only reason we know that level 3 is in Death Mountain, though, is because Hyo's already cleared it. So it's just going to take Vixryder a little bit of time to get up there. Almost at it there, Vixryder. He's trying to set up the left to right screen scroll so that you don't have to walk down and around through the several different screens to get across this. Alright, we're gonna see the Dig Dogger in 4. Oh yeah, it was a segmented 4. Or is a segmented 4. I don't know that we've actually seen that. Alright, give us a couple more keys. This is not bad. Now, this is where, so Triforce-wise, we're fairly even. This is where Hyo still has a slight advantage since he knows for sure that the bow is in level 8. He's got to go back to level 8, so it makes sense that he is finishing, he's finishing off all of the smaller dungeons first, because you have to go back into 5 and 8, and you're hoping that maybe you can get some keys while you're here. Alright, sure. Vixryder's going to go ahead and buy a large shield. Immediately uses it to block a Zora fireball, so that's awesome. We're gonna get the power bracelet at a level 4. Now, from Hyo's point of view, he still hasn't found 9 yet, so this isn't a terrible dig. It's level 4, it's relatively small, we're still, you know, it took us a while to find the compass for the Triforce, and it's netting us a couple of keys. We know that it's not actually going to be required. Meanwhile, Vixryder is continuing to clear out some of these screens that he hasn't already seen. He is still looking for 3, but he's getting closer. Those hints... the wizard's like, nah, go back in the hint cave. You should buy hints. There's the Triforce out of level 4, which looks like a Pez dispenser for Hyo. It's a Pez dispenser. Alright, Vixryder doing a good job of getting around the Wizrobes. Now, being forced to take this path is actually about to find him level 3 a bit faster than it would have previously. Meanwhile, Hyo's headed back in the direction of 8. He knows the bow's in there. He's got 2 extra keys. He's now got the ladder, which gets him around the ladder block. Alright, meanwhile, here we go. Oh, man, we wish we had money for that. Vixryder's gonna go ahead and find level 3. Now, we know that this is segmented. He's gonna get the hint about the bow, so now we are even up on information, and oddly enough, Vixryder has dug quite a lot of this level 8. Alright, Vix is going to find a bomb pack on the floor. Hyo is going to continue clearing rooms. Now, I'm trying to remember if Vix had the recorder while we were down here before. And maybe this is one of the reasons we might not have seen this room at the tip. Thank you, Custom. Custom, our tracker, is letting us know that he did not have the recorder. So maybe one of the items, because we dug so much of this 8, so maybe this is one of the reasons that Vix didn't come away with the bow the first time. Nope, it's nothing. I was like, really? Come on, game. Alright, meanwhile, Vix is working his way here through 3. His key count is holding pretty steady, like he's not in trouble on keys. Hyo only has 1 at the moment, but if he continues digging level 8, he's gonna get a couple more. And we still have an any key that, well, could be just about anywhere. Oh, I can feel the lag in this room. So, what is your favorite thing about the flag set, Ultra Lavos? Okay, this is where we all throw pennies at Ultra Lavos' communications provider and go, hey, stop being weird. We're gonna get some more keys. I think we've all been there too. Like you're in the middle of something and the next thing you know, you keep getting the, you keep getting that disconnects chime thing that Discord does. Custom 666, our tracker, is saying no heart shuffle. Okay, that's understandable. I mean, personally, I love heart shuffle because it gives me a chance to find the red ring somewhere that isn't a staircase guarded by like 8 Wizrobes. Alright, we've got a staircase here for Hyo. It's transport. I mean, I've had Comcast before. I didn't hate it. And maybe I just got lucky, because most of the giant telecommunications companies anymore have just taken over the bunch of little communication companies. We're going to get a compass for our Triforce here in 8. Does this wall bomb? It does not, so we're going to have to use the key. But yeah, I can understand no heart shuffle. It does streamline things a bit. You go in, you're like, all right, I found my staircase item. I can leave now. Vixryder is going to find the transport staircase here in our segmented level 3. Hyo's going to do a good job of clearing out these orange dark nuts. Now we have wand and we have a ton of hearts, so we're in fairly decent shape. Oh, this is the room that took out Vixryder before. We already know he's not going to be able to bomb out of this. Hyo, deciding that he knows it's not the Triforce, is going to go ahead and up an A. It could have been the heart. It could have been a key. He's just like, no, I'm not digging that. And I think that was a good choice. So, I mean, all of the killing of things in here is getting him closer and closer to being able to buy that bomb upgrade. Now, the orange dark nuts aren't terrible. We're going to get the heart out of 3 for Vixryder. Now, he is guaranteed to be able to pick up the magical sword thanks to a new flag or option that Fred has amazingly included in the randomizer. It's the ability to set the exact heart count that you will need to be able to pick up the magical sword. And for the current tournament, the Rookie Rumble 3 tournament, it is set to white sword is 4 hearts, and magical sword should be 10. Unless my math is really, really wrong. There's always a chance that it is.
Vixryder may be picking up that magical sword shortly after getting out of here.
Yeah, he's not in a bad location to be able to do it. There's not really much else up here for him. I would definitely make it a priority. Just being able to use that against some of the dark nuts you know are waiting in 8 would be useful. Oh, 12 hearts in vanilla. Thanks, Sis Fisher. Wait, didn't they change that though for this tournament though?
Yeah, it's 10.
Yay! See, I was relatively right. I don't remember vanilla very well. Vixryder's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce out of level 3, and I hope we're going to see him book it down to the start screen area, because we know where the magical sword is. He can go get it. It's going to make life so much easier once we're done hugging the Armoses that we spawned underneath. Still looking for the bow in level 8. Yeah, oddly enough, I got the chance to call one of the, actually 2 of the vanilla tournament finals. And I'm just going, all right, I don't know nearly enough about this, but we're gonna make pretend. All right, Hyo's still trying to get into this section of 8 that actually contains the Triforce. I don't think we even got close to that room on Vixryder's side. Oh. All right, thankfully that bombs. We did actually, because I think I saw Vix come through here, maybe. All right, potential staircase. We know that the bow is one of the 2 items in 8. It's going to be in a staircase. It could be this room. Nope. Alright, Vixryder, meanwhile, he's kind of in the right general direction to go get his magical sword. Yeah, he's headed there now. Take a right. There you go. We're gonna have a mags pickup here in just a moment.
So the other item in here is going to either be the magical sword, the book?
Betty? Yeah, it could be Betty. It could be the book. We're still missing the blue boomerang, I believe. Alright, there's the magical sword pickup for Vixryder, and there's the hint about 9 that Hyo needs, because he hasn't actually found the entrance to 9 yet, I don't think. So again, information-wise, we're now even. Offensive-wise, you gotta put this into Vixryder's camp, because he has that magical sword. Just compared to the amount of damage that Hyo was able to put out, he's gonna be doing a bit more. Especially, so there's a trick, which is amazing. There is a trick where if you hit both the A and the B buttons in the same single frame tap, you're going to be doing both the damage of the wood sword and the wand, the head of the wand, at the same time. So it's a great way to increase your damage output. But again, it's a single frame tap, so it takes a little while to get used to it. And that is not our bow either. Where in the world is our bow? Like, we know it's here. Vixryder, meanwhile, is going to find the map of what looks to be a hand grenade in level 5.
Yeah, Hyo's seen a lot of rooms here, and there's still 2 items to be found.
Yeah, we didn't even, and on Vixryder's side either, we didn't see either of the staircase items in 8, but Vix has done so much of 8, and Hyo has now done so much of 8, that it makes me just wonder, what are we missing? Chat brings up a good comment that it could be a super room, but that is only 1 item, not necessarily 2. Hyo's got to be careful not to die to the floor. And let's see, we've got chat saying that 5 is a bunny hand puppet. That is also a possibility. Oh. Oh no, we were 1 room short. I was about to say, are we bow blocked from our Triforce in 5? Like, we have seen a lot of this level. Hyo's gonna go ahead and check for us. It is not a super room. It is, however, Dig Dogger blocked, as Vixryder's gonna grab the Triforce out of 5, and I imagine he's leaving. He got the hint about the bow being an 8.
And that's going to put Vixryder on a 1 Triforce lead over Hyo.
It really is. He's got the information that he needs. He's up by a Triforce. Again, the problem is... Hey! Oh! There we go! There's the heart on the floor. Go get that, Hyo. Just don't die, okay? Gotta be really careful. He's trying. I think he's tempted to set up the clip into the diamond staircase. Alright. There is the guaranteed magical sword for Hyo. Now let's just hope that this is, in fact, the bow.
And not the white sword.
Yay! Well, white sword would also be really good right now. Okay, so that was incredibly far out of the way, but Hyo now has his bow out of level 8. He's only a couple of rooms away from the Triforce. He's done digging this level. He's like, alright, give me the shiny thing and I'm leaving. Now we just have to, we unfortunately have to kill Spiky, who's been making some very questionable decisions. There we go. Alright, Hyo's got his Triforce out of 8, he's got his bow out of 8. This is actually gonna end up being really, really close, depending upon how long it takes Vixryder to, 1, get the compass, which will point him in the direction of the Triforce, and, oddly enough, the bow in 8. Alright, Hyo is going to head back. Where are we going, Hyo? Well, we're gonna go get our silver arrows. I have a feeling. There's nothing worse than having the silvers on the coast and you completely forget about them and you go to 9.
Yeah, he may be making a trip around the world to grab silvers and then mags.
Mags would be really good, but he got the hint about 9 being in the dead woods, so I could almost understand if he leaves that alone for a little bit. Finish up 5 while you're in this area, and then 6 is over in Death Mountain, kind of along the path. There is the Triforce for Vixryder, but thankfully he did get the hint about the bow being an 8, so he's going to continue digging. Yeah, Hyo's going back to 5. I wonder if this is the other item. No, it's not. Okay. Thanks again, wonderful old man who is just really lost and confused. Here's the bow room for Vixryder. Is he going for the heart? He's going for the heart. He's doing some good dodging. And yeah, Vix had already dug quite a lot of this level 8 the first time he was in here. He just, he didn't quite make it into the bow room. Vix is on his way to go get his Triforce, and then he's going to be heading a couple of screens over. He's probably just going to up an A and go into 4. Hyo is not even, he's like, I don't care about items, just give me my Triforce and let me out. Go get it. Go get it. You don't need anything else. There you go, Hyo. Alright, Vix is gonna get his Triforce out of level 8, and we are down to who can get the Triforce out of 4 first, or who can get the Triforce out of 6 first. Hyo still needs to find level 9. Okay, I like this. Hyo's whistling to either 1 or 3. Well, alright, we're gonna take a pit stop at 8 because the whistle is the whistle. Vixryder is gonna screen scroll over. 4 is up this way. Actually, he's off by 1 screen, but it's okay. Alright, Hyo's into level 6. I'm trying to remember where exactly that Triforce was in both 6 and 4. Oh, this is gonna eat Vix's last key. I mean, keys have just been such a problem this entire time. There's a heart here for Hyo. There's the compass for Vix. Now, what Vix doesn't know at the moment is that he is in a segmented level 4. And Customer Tracker is saying that one of our runners needs to go through a key door. I'm assuming you mean Vix. Because I think it's the transport staircase is on the other side of the key door, isn't it? It's okay, Vix has a decent amount of money. There was a key shop up here somewhere.
And has Vix seen level 9 also?
Yeah, Vix is the one who found it first. They had a candle when they went through the Deadwoods, so they were able to burn it. And we know that 9 is the Vanilla 100 secret. There's the Triforce out of 6 for Hyo. He's on his way to hopefully get the magical sword. And then head into 9. Vix has got his key, so he's going to be able to get to the other side of level 4 to get his Triforce. Hey, bump back for our triple too. Alright, Hyo, it looks like we're going to set up the screen scroll down into Death Armos. Go pick up the magical sword. This one is always fun. Alright, Vix is going to go ahead, go through the key door, which will put him on the path to be able to find the transport staircase and the... actually, we don't need the item, so I don't know if he needs to go through the transport staircase. Oh yeah, he does. Triforce is just on the other side. Like, literally, it's in the room that you land in. Oh, no, it's not. Oh. I'm thinking of a different level. Just run. Was that... no.
I may think he's behind and isn't going to grab that mag.
I mean, I can kind of understand it. The seed's been relatively kind. We're at 108 minutes. You might be a little bit concerned. Thank you, Custom. It was 3 that had the Triforce on the other side of the transport staircase. I knew one of them did, I just couldn't remember which one. But alright, what are we looking for here in level 9, Ultra Lavos?
We are listening for a roar that we can hear, and when you hear that, it will mean that Ganon is in a room that is orthogonally adjacent to you. We are also looking for a single shutter door in a room that does not open when you clear the enemies, or if you've already killed Ganon, opens immediately.
There we go. Alright, so one thing to note is that we are, in fact, in a shapes 9, which could, in fact, mean that it's segmented, which I happen to love when it is, but it does definitely mean that there are a lot of staircases in this level 9, and that map is going to come in handy. Ooh. Alright, this is a fun shape. What do we think this is? I think, so if anybody's ever played Starbound, I think was the name of the game that came out after Terraria. There is the Triforce in 4 for Vixryder. He's on his way to 9. I think it was Starbound. There's like a bird race in that game. And this is kind of reminding me of one of the birds from Starbound. Custom Art Tracker is saying it's the side profile of George Washington. I like that too.
I think it looks like one of those little monsters from Dig Dug.
Okay, I can see that. Alright, so what is your strategy in level 9 Ultra Lavos? Do you take every single staircase, or do you like to walk until the game says no? There's the book. We don't really need it anymore, but thanks, game.
I've done both. I sometimes just go by feel. Like sometimes, depending on if I feel behind or not, sometimes I'll dig through staircases or just go through key doors if I have a lot. It's always different.
Yeah, I'm one of those. No, all right. I'm one of those that I like to walk as long as I possibly can, especially if I can walk in either a north to south or an east to west path. Well, hi Zelda, how you doing? We got one piece of the puzzle. All right, Vixryder is headed in the direction of 9. He was trying to whistle, and then he got beat up a little bit by a Wizbro firing squad.
At least tonight, Zelda's not trying to be a hide-and-seek champion behind, like, 2 magical staircases.
I played a seed earlier today where she was in a 2-room segment that bordered the start screen. It was amazing. Alright, Hyo's gonna go ahead. We're gonna see a transport staircase here because he is unfortunately out of keys and he's really running low on bombs. Uh-oh. Alright, so he's gotta be a bit careful about this. Oh, just feed him. When in doubt, just take the moment and feed the Dodongo to make sure you get your bombs back. Because he's gonna do that. Alright, Trollface, don't be a jerk. Vixryder is gonna go ahead and enter level 9 at 1 hour and 12 minutes. He's only like, I think, 3 minutes behind where Hyo entered, possibly. 3 or 4. I have to say, though, the enemy set's amazing. It's not Wizrobes, and it's not Lionels, and it's not Darknets at the moment. So this is good.
It's always a relief when you go into 9 and see easier enemy set.
Alright, Hyo is back up to a single key, as oddly enough, the guys are almost in the same area. Vixryder took an earlier staircase than we saw Hyo took, mainly because he didn't have keys to take all these doors. Now Hyo's up to 2 keys. We have what is another staircase here on Vixryder's side. Oh. Alright, we had a Ganon roar in the room just to the south here. Alright, guys, here we go. 1 hour, 13 minutes into the... Oh, dear, it's an NSU. We have found Ganon. Now, I don't think we have a potion. Hey, the banana is in 9, which means that our any key is in fact in 7.
Hyo's got to get 15 hits on Ganon.
Well, he's got the stun. He's just got to hold on to it. Oh, no. This is one of those rooms you never want to see Ganon in. Hyo's doing a really good job, though. He's avoiding damage. He's holding on to the stun lock as long as he possibly can. And there's a hint for Vixryder saying that Ganon is in the northeast of Skull. Alright, Vixryder is actually in the right general area. I'm just trying to remember how exactly Hyo got there. Hyo, meanwhile, is heading back to where he saw that door not open. And there we go, guys. Let's get some GGs in chat for Hyo24 finishing with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 29 seconds. Alright, I will apologize, guys. Vixryder's sound is a little bit muddled. He's been having some trouble with his capture card and the sound quality, so it's gonna be a little bit quieter than normal. We're gonna see if Hyo's gonna join us here in just a moment. Here is the map for Vixryder. Yeah, if I'm oh, I think I would have just up 8 there, but neither of them had a potion, so this makes sense. And Vixryder does have that magical sword. Alright, now Vixryder... Oh, pick up the bombs. There you go. Vixryder's kind of headed in the northeast direction. He's about to get the information about Zelda right here. And a health refill, which is really nice. If the fairy cooperates. Hi, Zelda, again!
Now, it does have a full pack of bombs there, but only one key. How many key doors was that?
I'm not actually 100% sure. I'm gonna have to step away for just a second here and get Hyo an invite into the race room. Oh, he's gotta go... He's gotta go right here. He's gotta go to the right here.
Vixryder making quick work of the blue land mole.
Alright, we've gotten Hyo an invite. And yeah, red ring, magical sword, those landbows are toast. Welcome and GG's to Hyo.
GG Hyo.
Thank you. That was
So-
a fun one.
Yeah, that was interesting. Were you relieved to see that the silver arrows were hanging out off the coast?
Yeah. I wish I hadn't bought the arrows right before that because I really needed that money for the keys. So,
If it makes you feel better, you both did. You both had bought
Okay.
arrows by the time. Vixryder didn't get around there to see that until after he'd already gotten the ladder, but you both bought the arrows early. And at the time you did, it made perfect sense. You don't ever really know where in the world what's going to be blocked by, the arrows, with the exception of the bow.
yeah. And I mean, today it was all about getting into level 6 since 6 was the only level that had keys in it. I don't know where any other keys were.
Well, we think the any key is either the item in 7 or it's the second item in 8, which we don't know where it is because between the two of you guys dug so much of that level 8, it was crazy.
Yeah, I knew when I was going into 8, I'm just here for the bow. And I was
Mhm.
sad that I dug probably 90% of 8 before I finally found Bo.
Well, yeah, but it was such a big 8, and that was like,
Yeah.
for the both of you, it was kind of similar. You dug everything besides that. Oh, was there a south entrance to Ganon? Because no, go right.
Yeah, this
Oh.
this Ganon entrance with it being hidden behind the Dig Dogger, that's kind of mean.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Spiky makes some terrible decisions today. There's an alternative path to Zelda. Oh man.
Oh, right through a
Okay.
chute.
Go right. Go right, Vix.
I think he hears it now.
Yeah, he's got to. Well, he's heard it. He was in the room, I think, above here, or not above and to the left of here. He just didn't have a key.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I mean,
mm.
if there's one thing that can be said about this seed, it was whoever has the most keys wins.
Actually, Vix had you beat on keys for a very long time.
Okay, never mind.
A very long time there, because he dug things in a slightly different order.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, right now he also doesn't have any bombs because he was trying to he was trying to kill the Dongos, and he was trying to bomb into what he thought might have been Ganon's room, I think.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
Oh,
No,
double men.
I think how many levels did I go in and then got key blocked? I think it was like 6 levels.
It was
I
a
was like,
lot.
oh, another level I can't get through without a key.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really had to say about key management. Oh, sorry about the yawn. Was I was kind of rooting for you to, before you went back into 1 or 2. I was kind of rooting for you to think about doing a kinetic key. No. Oh, it's push block anyway. Never mind. Dang it. I was almost rooting for you to save the key just on the off chance the item wasn't what you were looking for, or there was a different key door in that level.
Well, I knew what I was going for in level 1, and that was the
Yeah.
red ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wholeheartedly approve of that one.
Yeah, after
Hey,
seeing that overworld, I was like, I'm going to take my chances. So I wasn't even thinking about saving the key.
Oh, I agreed with that decision. I was like, yeah, we're going back into 1. I'm like, and then you didn't have, you needed just a little bit of money. And I'm just like, all right, we're going to go farm guinea. We are farming guineas to get the key, to get that red ring out of level 1, because it's going to keep you from dying on the overworld. And you hadn't even seen the massive amount of dark nuts everywhere else. Hey, there's a key!
Now, when you were
no.
heading,
Oh, go ahead.
when you were heading into 9, Hyo, did Mags cross your mind?
Oh, when I was heading into 6 to get my last Triforce, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this Triforce, and then I'm going to go get Mags, because I saw Mags. Guess what I forgot to put down on my tracker?
Where Mags was.
Yeah, I think it's in
no.
the southwest, right?
It's
Maybe?
1 screen to the left of Vanilla Start.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was like, how did I forget to put Mags on here? And I was like, well, I guess I'm doing Wood Sword because I'm not spending the time to go look for it.
I mean, you did a good job in a very difficult room.
Yeah, thankfully, being on the left side,
no.
he actually
No!
went
No!
the right way. Oh,
No!
oh no. Wait. Oh no.
He was so close. If he'd have just gone the other way, he'd have been able to open up what he would have known would begin in here in just a minute. He's trying to get the block clip into the staircase. He's gonna see where it goes. Guys, Vixryder has already gone ahead and forfeited in the race room, so let's get some GGs in chat for them, and we will see if they want to join us here for some words.
Yeah, I thought in 9, I wasted 2 keys because I could have gone around, but I was in like sprint mode at that moment, and I thought for sure it would come back and bite me.
I mean, it was just, there were no keys in this seat. It was like, you are not
really
getting
wasn't.
through doors, have fun. Looks like Vixryder's going to join us here in just a moment. But yeah, they're just, it was and even the levels that normally give you keys were being a little bit sparse today. Because normally you can kind of count on 5 and 6 and 7 on occasion to just kind of give you keys. And you did go back into 7 for a little bit.
Yeah, that was an interesting dig.
Welcome and GG's to Vixryder. Vix actually got a bit further in that level 7, and it did eventually net a couple of keys.
GG, Vix.
Yo, GG's, Hyo.
You were so close.
The keys burned me.
It really was. It was the key door to the right.
I figured it was that one.
I mean, it was so close. Like, you were just, I'm just going, all right, where in the world are there were no keys in this seed. Like, you had the most, I think, that we had seen, and it was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think I had 5 at one point, and then it was in 8 where I wasted 1.
It happens. I mean, you guys, for the longest time, it was kind of, the lead was bouncing back and forth just a little bit. Hyo had gotten the hint earlier about the bow being an 8, so by the time he got back into 8, with the red ring and the wand, he was going to be digging that until he left there with the bow. Like,
that's fair.
You know, so that's kind of where a little bit of the time difference came in. You did dig a bit of that 7, so I was going to ask, was that strictly just hoping there wasn't any key, or even just 4 or 5 keys just sitting somewhere?
Looking for, that was solely what it was. I wanted keys to get into Dungeon 9, and I found one. I'm like, okay, that's good enough. I'm not going to dig any further.
Yeah, at one point, so Hyo, he went ahead and he got a hint about the red ring being in level 9. Not 9, level 1. I can brain. He got a hint about the red ring being level 1. He'd been taking some unfortunate overworld deaths because that overworld was just garbage.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And he had to go farm the guineas in the graveyard to get the last, 15 rupees, I think, to be able to get a key to go into 1 and get that red ring.
Yeah, they were so... I don't know what it was in this one. They were very hard to come by.
Well, no money, and then the keys are super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And no keys on the floor make this a fun seed.
Fun in quotation marks, I would believe.
Yeah. Like I said, I think my maximum key count was 3. I think that's the most I ever had at one time.
Ouch.
Yeah, my max was 5.
Yeah,
I
but
think it was in 4 because I found 4 keys in 4 rooms right after each other.
I found 7 of my 8 dungeons before I found a key. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was definitely rough. And then the ladder, so Vixryder, you were the first person to the ladder, which was kind of funny because I don't believe you knew that the silvers were off the coast. And
No, I 3 minutes earlier is when I bought the arrow for okay, when I find bow, I'll just have it, and then I immediately find silvers.
And again, it's not a bad play. All right, it is not a bad play to take advantage of the fact especially in a very small money seed. It is not a bad play ever to go ahead and pick up silver arrows or what could be necessary item. Like at one point I'm just going, I really wish they'd buy keys. I know we have no money, but I think you were walking around with 170 rupees. I'm just going, I wonder if you had 5 keys, to be fair. But
Yeah.
I'm just going, I really wish you would buy keys because it's one of those, you just want to make use of the money before someone takes it away from you.
Especially when it's only 3 door repairs and your large secret's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know, that was so rotten.
That was my thing. I got the wood arrows about 2 minutes in, only because I didn't want the money to be taken from me, and I saw the wood arrows already.
Yeah, and I appreciated that both of you found the first take any, and you went ahead and picked up the heart because it guaranteed you to be able to pick up that recorder when you eventually would get around to finding it.
It took me forever to find. I went around every different way except for that part of the map, and that took me way too long to get to.
I mean, it's one of those. So every seed is so situational. With the overworld you guys had, this was kind of go in the path, I guess, of the least resistance.
I was really disappointed that there wasn't anything close to 9 that we could flute to.
Yeah. It's
We
the
had
only
traversed
thing in
the
that.
entire
It's
world.
the only thing in that corner, and your any roads don't even go there.
No.
Oh yeah, I gave your any roads I think a C.
I didn't dislike them. I mean, at least one of them going to Death Mountain's always a good play. and
Mhm.
one of them kind of close to start in the one that was on the
The desert cave.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it wasn't terrible, and they were close to your start screen, but I was just like, all right, one of
We
them's on
just
a
won't
raft
talk about the
spot.
one on the raft spot.
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
that
The
one.
one on a raft spot is I think what dinged you a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, you guys both played really well. You know, there was a lot of good heads up decisions. You know, it's going to be interesting to see where you guys move forward from here. Now, this is race. It's a best of 3.
Yes.
Yes.
And have you already scheduled the next race?
No, I think we'll probably talk about it soon. Whenever.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
Yeah, probably tomorrow or Wednesday night for game 2.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Well, I'll go ahead and wish you guys luck. You did really good. Both of you guys did a really good job tonight. It was just between lack of keys, you just had to you had to get lucky in the right places.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm starting to become more comfortable with this game because I have to tell myself I can't play it like other Zelda games that I play. And I have to actually take my time.
Yeah, it's difficult because you want to go fast. You're in a race, but there are just times where you just have to eat the time differential and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the hit and do what I have to get the door open. I will say for both sides, there were a couple of situations where I'm just going, okay, Kanana Key would be so good. That early wand was really nice, especially with your Wizards and Lionel's in the overworld. But it was just they were with no keys. It was rough.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember missing any Kanana keys, but then again, I wasn't.
Well,
I don't
in the
remember.
situations that we saw, it was I think there was one in level 1 that Ultra Lavos was pointing out. There was a key on the floor, and you had 0 keys, and there was a shutter door and a key door.
Oh yeah.
And it may have been Guria's, but it could have been. It was a potential for a Kanana key, and that would have put you up a little bit. And then Ultra Lavos, I think it was possibly a similar situation in 6, except for it ended up being push block, so I don't think it would have worked anyway. Because the room you cleared, it was a push block, so you wouldn't have been able to Kanana key it because the game would have been like, hey, you go push the block instead of just being able to walk through the door. But in seeds like this, it's a really useful skill to be able to pull out and be like, okay, now I don't need to go find money on a starved seed to be able to buy a key, which is like one of the worst feelings.
Add that to the list of tricks I need to learn.
I mean, it takes a while. I was actually having this conversation, I think, with either chat now or my chat earlier, how there's just so many little details in this game that it's just going to take you, it just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of repetition to actually just get it to be muscle memory and habit instead of something you have to like stop and go, oh yeah, because we were talking about how Kanana keys, you don't always think about it until after you clear the room and you're like, oh, dang it, I could have done that. Because it takes a while, that's all. But I'll go ahead and ask if you guys have any final thoughts on the seed, and then we can start wrapping up.
No, like I said, I just...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, like I said, I'm starting to become more comfortable with the game, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it again. And thank you all for getting this all set up, and for the comms and tracking and all that. I really appreciate all the support on that side.
Yeah, thank you, CD and Lavos, for commentating, custom for tracking, and it was fun. It sounds like we put a good race on, and can't wait for the second one. But I think everybody should go over SpeedGaming 3 right now and watch some more.
You're doing my job.
I
I even have it open so that I can say that, yeah, for anybody who's looking for more Zelda action tonight, we have Me Think So taking on Angel X Joe over on SpeedGaming 3 with Moon, Risen Phoenix, and Tall Maple on the call, and the ever awesome Cammy and Renikai doing the tracking. But yeah, thank you both of our runners for a very good race. This is a lot closer than it might feel right now. It was actually really, it was pretty close the entire time. And a big thank you to Custom for doing our tracking in the background. And definitely a big thanks to Ultra Lavos for hanging out and chatting with me for a while.
Yeah, sorry I had some issues, but thank you and thank Custom and heck of a race, guys. Like it was back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, this is definitely a good one. But yeah, thank you guys very much and have a great night, everybody.